When the vet college began, was starting up in the early 80s, I applied for a position, and I was very happy to come back to the world of ideas. So that was a big draw for me. And then I hit it off really well with the first dean, Dr. Thompson. We had a very, very good interview, and so I started there back in 1984. And it was, you knew you were part of something that was just starting. You know, it was Dr. Thompson's baby, of course. He had worked as the planning coordinator before the 4 provinces and the federal government signed their agreement to build the college. He had worked early on at promoting the idea of a 4th college, and following some study, establishing it here on Prince Edward Island. But when the program actually began and there was a building up period, people who were coming here from all over Canada and the United States, and even further afield, they were risk takers. Many of them, all of them, perhaps. These were people, many of whom were well established in their careers, and they were doing very well in California or in Guelph, and nevertheless they chose to come to this new college, which hadn't opened its doors to students yet. You know, they were building the program. So these were very exciting times. It's remarkable. I remember in the early days, Dr. Thompson, the initial dean, I remember that from time to time, perhaps every 3 months or 4 months, he would call us all together, because there were only like about 30 or 40 of us. I mean, there were relatively small groups before we accepted the first students. He would call us together and say, look at everything we've achieved in the last 3 or 4 months. And he could just tick off all of these things, and it was remarkable what we had done. Well, in a similar fashion, whenever you look back at 25 years of operation, it's just unbelievable how far this school has come. We got people who came here to make a difference, and over the years, I believe they've shown that. I believe the work that goes on here is important work, and I have tremendous respect for the people that who devote their lives to this kind of work. So I feel privileged to have been in such a place and in such a time, to have been involved in building this wonderful institution, but then to have worked alongside so many tremendous and dedicated people. I really feel privileged. I really enjoyed my time here. To work in a place like this, where people are working together and they all have a forward-thinking vision and so on, it really was truly tremendous.